What's up guys, Ryan from AOMC back again today with another Surron installation video, and this product is one of my favorite that we have on the site for the Surron Lite BX. It's the Warp 9 Adjustable Footpeg Mount Kit. Now what this will do is let you raise and lower your foot peg up to 1 inch higher than stock and 1 inch lower than stock. So the cool thing about these hybrid bikes like this, it's smaller, it's lighter. Just about anybody can enjoy this, but even more expert riders can have a blast on it too. But not everybody's comfortable on it because you need that foot peg option. So this will give you those options, and it's a really well-made product from Warp 9. Let's take a closer look and get it installed on the bike. Now I will link this down below. The Warp 9 Adjustable Peg Mount. It's S-ADJ Peg Mount-2 if you prefer to type it into our search bar. So the mounts themselves are made out of billet. The foot peg mounts that mount onto these is chromoly steel. Now this also serves another purpose. These rear sets on the Surron, especially the stock ones which are brittle, they can break sometimes. So this is a brace that sits between these rear sets to strengthen them up. Now you can get this brace without getting the adjustable peg mount set up. You can get just the brace and put them on your stock mounts. But man, these are just so cool. We just had to put these on this build. So yeah, here's a few of the tools that I think you're gonna need. I would definitely have a sturdy pipe spring puller to work on that kickstand spring, a 12 and a 13 wrench, a 6 Allen, some needle nose pliers, and keep this in mind. You will be using your stock pegs unless you have a different set of pegs. This mount kit does not come with pegs. You can get the Warp 9 pegs, they'll work. The stock ones will work. Just about any pegs that are sold for the Surron will work in these mounts. We got these super trick magnesium Warp 9 pegs. So they're going to be part number S-Peg-6, and I'll link these down below too. I always love the magnesium look. So this is the foot peg bracket on the right side of the bike. You got two 6mm Allens here. You're going to take those off. Now this is a new Surron, so I didn't have this peg installed yet, but normally this peg would be right here. But I can show you real quick how to take it off. So if you just want to remove the peg itself, you can just take this clip out. You're going to stick a flathead screwdriver in there, pry this circlip out, and then just push this pin up through, and the spring and everything are going to come out. I don't need to reuse this peg because I already have one, but I am going to need to reuse the pin, the clip, the spring, and all that. So I'm going to take that out now. Alright, we're going to reuse the same bolt. Just make sure to apply some fresh Loctite. Now we're not going to tighten these down super tight yet because we're still going to have to put our brace between them. Here we are on the left side of the bike, guys, and the most painful part of this entire job might just be the kickstand spring. So if you've got the bike mounted up somewhere, or you've got a second person to hold it, and you're really strong with a really good pipe spring puller like this, you can probably just pull that spring off and be okay. Otherwise, there's an old trick called the penny trick. I didn't have any pennies out here, so I just used washers. What you'll do is you'll bring the kickstand down to where the spring is the tightest, so there's the most gaps between the coils. And you'll see right here, I filled up these gaps with washers. That will keep the spring from being able to retract as much. And when you bring it up like that, you should be able to easily take a puller, maybe even a pair of pliers, and just pull it right off the bike. After that, we've got a nut and a bolt to remove this kickstand, and there's also a shim right here that goes there, so do not lose that shim. And now we can pull this set off just like the other side. Okay, before you tighten this side down, you're going to take your peg brace, you're going to remove your bolts from the end, and you're going to slip it into these holes like that. Now we can snug this down. And we will Loctite and use our 4mm Allen to connect this peg brace. Another important point to note here is these do still work with the stock kickstand sensor, but we have deleted ours off this bike, so we don't need to install that. But there's a spot on the back of this set for that. So I'm going to carefully put this back in so I don't lose my shim. You might have to stick a screwdriver or something in there and line that shim up a little bit. You will thread that bolt on and then put the nut on the back, which I believe is a 13mm. Okay, so if you manage to get your spring off without doing the penny or the washer trick, then there is a trick you can easily get it back on. You're basically going to put one of these sides on, and then you're going to put a T-handle, an 8mm T-handle through this, and just kind of leverage it sideways until it pops on the pin back here. But if you did use the washer trick like this, then you're already set up to go back on. You're just going to have to manhandle it back on there, and then you'll bring the kickstand down to its tightest point, and you'll start removing these washers. There you go. Kickstand installed. Alright, these peg mounts come in the 0 position. There's 5 up, 5 down. That's an inch up, an inch down. I'm going to leave these in the 0 position because we have a new rider that's going to ride this thing. Probably doesn't know exactly where it needs to be. Alright, so installing these springs is always kind of a bear and hard to catch on video, but you can see the direction it goes, wraps around the peg, sits there like that. You just got to kind of push down in there with your thumb or a tool so you can get that pin started, and then kind of move the peg around to make sure the pin's lined up. And it'll go through. Man, that looks so sick. And then you're just going to put your washer and your circlip back on the bottom, and you're going to be good to go. Guys, this is stronger, better materials, and just looks so sweet when it's paired with the Warp 9 foot peg especially. This peg is going to give you the little removable cleats for the top. Okay guys, that's it for installing the Warp 9 adjustable peg mount system on the Surron Lite BX. That's going to ship for free from AOMC.mx. I've got the links in the description. You're going to get Brap Cash. You can turn that back into anything else you want for the Surron or any other product on our website. If you got questions, if you got comments, please leave them down below. I'll keep an eye on it. Ryan with AOMC, thanks for hanging out with me. See you in the next video.